If BLG are able to secure a massive amount of grubs, I think they're going to be feeling very happy with their early game plans. And like you were just mentioning, the supports and how they interact in this game, On can't just walk forward into this team. You're going to be having Ezreal and Tristana wailing at you. Wait for the next wave to come on through, and if Taeyun spends a little bit more mana, or if we see Vampire engage, I think that's going to be the go button here for BLG.
Yeah, this is great. WWE is going to start here on with the engage onto Vampire. Vampire getting the shield, but the Ignite is down.
Onto
the Alistar, it's going to be first blood to Vampire. Now it's just a 2v2 again. Elk is out of mana. Taeyun, though, getting knocked up, and they flash for flash to land the permafrost. And now Elk just trying to rifle away on the Vampire. Monkey coming through, trying to stop it from happening, but Elk flashes forward and manages to find the kill.
Oh, no.
And another permafrost going down. Elk's got to try to kite this out, but he's quickly running out of room. He's got to go all the way back over. He's leveled up.
Wait!
So he's a level 4
Stop
down.
him,
The
brother!
flash gets burnt. But Monkey all of a sudden has found himself in a bad way, and Way can't close it out. The minions blocked them off.
So trapped them behind that wall. We're going to be seeing it after this replay, trying to use the priority of a Rumble to get early grubs. Good job coming in from Team WE. And how many of these can they confirm? They're going to get 2 at the very least, and it seems like BLG are going to move them off and only secure 1. So a great opener already for Team WE.
Yeah, really wise, and Vampire getting there first and being able to do things is, hold on, level 6 on Monkey, so maybe some opportunities. Karras coming in from the side. Elk is caught in the pit as On gets engaged on, and he's going to blow up. Meanwhile, on the other side, Elk gets wrapped up. The knockups onto Vampire. He's going to fall, but Elk dies in the pit. So Team WE go 2 for 1, and they'll secure the third grub.
Good start from them. I mean, they find 2 kills there. On, yet again, taking way too much damage early into the fight.
Karras was able to get the back first. They had to clean up the rest of the wave and then TP back, and then had a wave shoving into him. And now, BLG.
This is a perfectly fine trade for Team WE.
Yeah, and you still have Monkey's Flash Ultimate too, so that's something that you can hang your hat on. It's not your, the Vampire's not your primary source of engage. He's being run down by Way, but both of these guys are belted up, although Knight is going to flash over and seal his fate. A nice play by BLG.
Okay, that is where BLG end up winning this top side fight now. So
you seal these grubs. Way ready to go over the wall. On showing up to the party as well. First one is down, and BLG doesn't look like they're going to get many of these. Here comes the Enchanted Crystal Arrow on the Karras. Monkey trying to frontline, flashes forward, knocked to the side, and he forces Elk's flash, but he is getting low, and he is going to run into Knight and Elk and fall on the backside. Way trying to do what he can, but he's forced off, and it looks like BLG will find
Knight.
1 kill, maybe more. No, Vampire will walk it out. So they lose 5 grubs. Sure, you got a kill, but that ain't worth.
yeah, 5 grubs for Team WE. Now Tristana in a perfectly fine spot to be able to get some stuff done.
1. As you mentioned, his flash being down will be curious for this Dragon fight as the Equalizer goes down onto the wave. Meanwhile, up top, Bin caught in a 2v1. The Exact might be down onto Karras.
Wait, Bin!
Karras is
Wait,
able to hop out,
Karras!
but no. Wait, Vampire's alone, but Monkey is coming through, and they're going to scoop up Bin and finish him off. It'll be a second kill to Monkey. They might lose the Dragon, but they should get more.
I think they're fine with this. You have 5 grubs and a Tristana? Hell, we got the first dragon already. Who cares? I feel like Karras definitely could have, stayed in there. I feel like he jumped out just a little too far there, but how much damage can we see from Team WE?
It's Team WE with a small lead in the gold department right now. Karras will run down a little bit here, but they're going to look to turn On here. Monkey trying to drive it through with the Ixtal's impact. Can't quite get close, but the Impale will get. Ult is there. Not enough damage coming through now. Bin ready to turn this around because they have no mana. Bin's going to continue to charge. Karras has to jump away, but Monkey is not fast enough. Bin, you just need 1 more dash to catch up to this guy, and he will be able to chop him down. A 2v2 victory for BLG.
Gets his gold and gets himself in a good spot, but you look at the map right now, he's even or behind in experience versus Knight.
Yeah, and that means that they're able to make plays like these onto Cube. The second time he's going to get 3-manned in the bottom side this game. A little worrying, Hulk.
Team that is so focused on playing Demolition Squad and trying to get early access to gold by just taking down structures, I think you losing that fight and subsequently this next one puts you in a really tough spot to be able to win this game.
Yeah, they really want this. The reset didn't happen fully, but they're still hanging around the area, maybe for a wayward steal. It's not going to happen, so BLG will secure this, but that is a big blow to Team WE's hopes of taking control of the game.
All right, so Team WE are going to put a pretty big focus on this bottom lane tier 1 and just try to make access for this dragon.
Yep, Taeyun doing a good job getting that mid lane turret. Elk, it's going to be hard for him to do much of anything. Karis down here with his big tanky buddies. Trying to do what he can. Good buffer on that Sejuani ultimate to escape any danger. And that is a big cooldown off. It's on with a big flash knock up there. The Impale going down, landing onto one. Knight wants to get in here. He's got his ultimate ready to go, but he's going to end up snapping back. Cube joins the party as well as Bin, but the knockups are there. Here comes the equalizer, but it doesn't land on anybody as Knight gets into the pit and is starting to get some kills. Team WE forced away. Cube being exhausted into a knockup, into a permafrost, into a death, and the Dragon goes to BLG.
Knight is saying, hey man, it's cool that you kind of solo killed me in some of these instances. You won some of the laning phase. Look at what I'm able to do on a side lane. Look at how much resources. Come and check the experience of how many internationals I've been attending coming in from Knight. Q3 plus ult just means that Karis gets taken down immediately, and that's been kind of the shining spar and how much gold they've been putting into for Team WE in this match.
Rough stuff there, but Knight maybe caught out on the side lane. He's able to get that Q3 to try to get away. Now you just got to get Karis in the party. Another Q3 away. They're shoving down Knight here, and they will be able to find him. Enough slows are there. Can you auto this guy, Karis? Thank you.
There you go. All right, but how much do they lose for this? Yeah, this is probably going to be a trade of tier 1s here. It's going to be BLG getting themselves mid-tier 1, also trying to threaten. The ultimate does not land anywhere near anybody. But Karis, again, will be getting a lot of gold, and this is so much focus from Team WE on getting this Tristana ahead of the curve, getting her items. She's going to be getting what looks to be an Infinity Edge next, and so I want to see if Karis can carry this game, because Taeyun can kind of pepper them around. We've seen Rumble do some work in these fights, but that experience differential between our solo lanes is starting to grow, especially here when we talk about Bin versus Cube.
Yeah, the problem is Bin might get a lot more gold in him. He took down the turret, and he took down a Skarner. So Karis has to be a little worried. Oh my goodness!
Wow!
Did not land the knockup as Karis is able to escape. Meanwhile, the fighting continues in the top side as Wei is caught. Who's going to get it? No, it's Cube going to go down. It ends up being a 1-for-1 and Cube getting the gold, but that is not what you want. BLG, their team fighting has still been stout, and this is really where you're starting to see the difference come in. Knight in that last Dragon fight, and then of course, you know, having to deal with a guy like Bin on a side lane.
You know, we were talking about that bot lane fight that happened. I think we're getting a fight around Otacon. Seems like teleport coming in from Cube.
This could be the surprise. He's going to try to pull him to the rest of his team, but Karis is over the wall, not ready to go. Is on, shoves him off. Meanwhile, Knight hits a two-man fate sealed. And Knight will snap back, but will fall. Double knockup, so there, and Elk is now untouched. Bin on the side, forcing away Karis. He can't join the fight, but Monkey's trying to come through to help him out, but he runs right into a pair of scissors. And hit a crystal arrow, almost landing flush. Forces the flash out. A 3-for-1 for BLG as they secure Otacon.
And the 2v2 duo of Team WE with this Skarner and this Rel, Monkey and Vampire, they just go way too soon. Taeyun is nowhere near this fight. They'll lose Otacon. All of these Blood Roses, On can just screen any individuals that they want. It's gone.
Yeah, Vampire's going to get in there just to see it say goodbye. Way going to go in. They're going to make a full engage onto the front line of Team WE. The Gwen gets pulled, but isn't really taking a whole lot of damage. Vampire's going to fall. Monkey manages to survive, but the chase, BLG want more. Looks like they're not going to. You take your prize, you get out.
We need to see BLG now use this Baron. It'll have an overlapping timer. Oh my god,
that's a 4-level difference, by the way.
Yeah, and it's the new Yone, so he's got his crit modifier back. Minus
he got a swagger back. Elk with a flash. Karis wins the fight, but the minions are a little too strong. I felt like the last gasp for Team WE, maybe just a death rattle.
And that'll be a top tier 2. That'll be again this Baron being used by BLG. Knight should just
hang on.
Knight's just dead.
Yeah, oh no! Oh, Q3 out. Nobody got close to his soul unbound, and now Taeyun is gonna get run down by Wei. Wei knocked up, but On is here, trying to keep the tank alive. Knock up on the Vampire. Ezreal coming through, but here's the teleport, and Bin is ready to go. Those scissors are heated up and cutting through these champions like a hot knife through butter, my friend. It is tough out here for Team WE.
Yeah, and I've been trying to talk about the overlapping timers in Baron and Dragon, but
It doesn't matter.
I don't know. Like we are going to be able to see the fourth Baron or the fifth Dragon of the game spawn, but if BLG just grabbed the Mountain Soul, then that kind of feels like the last touches on this game. It already feels like this game is quite done and dusted. Kind of a moment of history gone in the past in my mind, because this game is extremely chalked. I mean, we're already seeing it. You see the pings on the map. W are like, guys, there's double super minions in top lane wave. Yone is soloing this objective right now, so BLG are just going to get a free Mountain Drake. They have Mountain Soul. They have 3 Mountain Drakes on top of that, so Wei is basically unkillable. On is getting to that point, if not already, and if there are any resistances built by some of these carries from BLG, I mean, how does WE ever make it through? It's cool that you got like a Leandries on cube and
Really solidified.
Okay. Need to see them make a play. It's going to be off the Ashe ultimate.
Yep, Monkey down to about half HP. Vampire trying to get to the back line to just stop all this damage, but I mean, nobody can get in there. Bin gets pulled to the back line. He goes golden. Took a lot of damage, but I don't really think it's going to matter in the end. It's a 2-0 for right now. The health bars are starting to get low on BLG, but Elk is just able to hit for free. Knight gets knocked away. Taeyun caught under this turret. This big chunk damage to Elk, but the turret is back on the minions. Taeyun is out of his base, unable to recall. Just on an island, man. There's a minion wave here. I want this minion wave.
Well, no, he had to walk into it because he doesn't know where Knight is in Fog of War. So, oh, Knight. There you go. Okay, so that'll be another kill going over. BLG now balloon their lead to 10,000 gold.
Than what I thought would be their way to get back in this game, which is somebody on BLG being distracted by a fan sign and BLG playing 5v4 for that entire fight where that's happening.
I'm pretty sure they win
completely
5v4,
honest with you.
By the way.
Yeah,
so.
I think they're just going to win the 5v4 anyway.
All right, this is going to be what looks to be the last push. There's a wave in top, a wave in bottom lane, and BLG are trying to put the last bits of a victory together here versus Team WE in Game 1.
Hey, the top inhibitor respawned, all right.
Wow.
All right, the top inhibitor's down. Tough. On? Hold on, On getting forced off, okay. A little bit of damage going on to WE, but not a whole lot. Monkey not able to land the Impale, and Knight is just dumping damage on people. The Nexus turrets will fall, and BLG will lead the series 1-0.
11,000 gold, get some fancy feet at the very end. All of them in the LDL when he was on Suning's Academy roster. He's got a single win on it, so he's 1-5. But when we look at this team from BLG, what I want to see from them, both junglers are on the side of the map. So I wonder if there's going to be a particular play here, or if BLG are just going to say, look, our 3:30, 4:30 timer for lane swap detection is going to be over soon. We're just going to take our leave.
Well, Monkey is looking to show up. On may have stepped up a little bit too far. He's going to get rooted, and Monkey will be able to get here. Dashes toward Elk. On is low. First blood to Taeyun.
Okay. They get that first blood. Good job from Monkey. We said that one of his weaknesses was that he is willing to drop camps to make plays happen. As the one that's coming up after this, there's going to be a matchup for BLG at the end of this week versus TES, and that I think is going to be the bigger test for them, whether or not. And now, Bin, hello.
The Maiden is here, but I don't know how much it's going to help. The Monkey is going down really, really low. It will be able to land the knock-up and take him out. This is a first kill for Monkey over on the top side. Wei showing up for those grubs.
And there was a potential move coming in from BLG. I mean, Wei taking this one wave and look for a Realm Warp. I think this is very tricky, though.
It's going to be a little late. All right, On's going to get on to Taeyun. Taeyun cleanse flash, but he is dead. On able to get out of there, but this turret is heated up. Second shot on the Knight almost kills him. Vampire will survive, but Harris couldn't get there. Up there, it wasn't super clean, but it was totally fine, and he got the summoners out of Taeyun, which was really big. Monkey going to finally secure this dragon, and BLG getting these grubs is going to be very, very good for Vim.
If he's allowed to hit the turret. No one in this game, aside from Rise. Now that Misfortune, I mean, that Strut passive just offers so much. Karis gonna have to flash.
That's him in the corner. He's got to step up, try to move to the side. The flash means that Wei's going to be under the turret, but the seismic shove pulls him back in. The bullet time only saves Monkey, not the mid laner. But here's big knockups coming through. Monkey flashes out. Taeyun can't close out on the kill on the way. He walks away with it. Taeyun down to half, but he's stepping on the Legos. He's got to find a way out because the autos and the double up are there. Teleport, though, from behind. Elk is barriered up, but it's gone now. Cube trying to get close. Knight gets the kill onto Vampire. And Elk, a seismic shove keeps him alive, but he flashed right into Monkey.
I don't think he was ready for that. Okay, full charge Scion Q. They're just prioritizing bottom lane waves and getting Knight a lot of gold in this game, which kind of similar to last game for Karis. It seems like BLG are putting a lot of their time and effort into getting this Taliyah ahead of the curve versus the Rise.
Nothing. Look at what they're trying to do here is they want to get more gold from the death of Cube. Way tanking it up. Almost goes down to it. Cube escapes as well. On
you are in there, brother.
Yeah. Knock up onto 3 targets to disrupt what looked like a clean BLG fight.
Okay, so now we're kind of looking at this game, Yanni, and while the gold is relatively even, only 1,000 going over to Team W round as a multiple-man unit, seeing what they can get and really being resilient. They're trying to make this play on. I just don't think this is it.
All right, well, Knight is going to drop the wall down to try to split it up. Vampire gets in the back line. Multiple knockups coming through. The first target is going to be Wei as he's chopped down. Nice pick there for Team WE.
Okay. They traded some summoner spells here. I mean, you're still not super happy about that. But how are we stopping Taliyah right now from being more of a nuisance? She's getting closer and closer to finishing that Saros, but Vampire
the
having double save his mid laner. What the hell? Oh my god, Karis, that's so dry.
Oh my goodness, he just was a little too close. Got hit by the seismic shove in the turret laner in both of these games.
BLG making a pretty peculiar decision here. I was just talking about wanting to play for early Herald, but the fact that they then moved their bottom lane and committed to them sitting in bot side jungle means that they do lose access to mid lane right now. We'll be able to make a play afterwards with On coming through. He does have the ultimate here, so maybe this will be an extended play from BLG if this keeps going. It'll stop them from losing the mid-tier one, but now potentially BLG instead leveraging the fact that Bin was able to grab that turret. And you kind of look at Team WE, and obviously they would love to take an objective. If they're able to grab this Herald, they're feeling pretty good about where they are in the game. I mean, you're still a little bit down, but anything that helps you grab turrets, that helps you kind of get rid of some of the safety of this misfortune in that mid-tier one is very nice. But look at Bin sitting in a side lane, playing this Yorick. Who's going to match? We've now canceled the recall, so he's going to get so much off of this.
That's huge. We talked about this. The fact that Bin can just do whatever he wants. All you have to do is just delay, right? And now Karis has to go for him, which is less effective in the fight. Here we go. A little bit of damage coming out. Wei off to the side, knocked up. Monkey's on top of him too. Bullet time coming through as Wei's forced to flash away. Seismic shove down as they re-engage onto Monkey and dump everything on him and take him out. Taeyun over the wall does not have the damage for it. And Bin took a tier 2. Knight riding the wall there as Cube is forced to flash away. And the split push hasn't stopped.
It's just all the misgivings, all the misplays from WE in that single play, all starting to culminate there. And now Team WE trying to grab this dragon, but again, the ability to clear mid-wave. Oh my god!
Yeah, they make a quick play on the On there, and the kill goes over to Karis. Meanwhile, Cube gets to the backside, but he's able to make at least a little bit of an impact. Wei is kind of cut off here, and he'll fall too. It's a double kill for the Rise, and Team WE back with a vengeance, but the split push is still there. Trying to make a realm warp play on to Knight. Knight is able to flash over the wall. Monkey won't be going in though.
And look who is on the side lane. We have a side lane report coming on in from the picture-in-picture. Bin gonna continue to raise towers as Team WE. They summon in the Rift Herald. It's gonna get one last crash. Wow, BLG on getting caught out in some of these fights beforehand has been a big issue for them, and he's going to now lose them the dragon.
All right, well, he's going in again. Monkey is on top of Knight though. See if we can have any continuation of a fight as Cube joins. Monkey is forced to flash away because Bin was around.
Oh, Bin, with the amount of resources he's gathered for himself,
can he crash into Knight? He does. Doesn't have a full amount of damage there. Knight with a shield trying to live, but he falls on the backside. Elk is low, and Taeyun uses his ultimate to take him down on the side. But the health bars, they're just not there, although Cube is really tanky. Bin is going to move to Taeyun, and the Maiden going to help out and siphon the soul away. But Cube is really thick, and Karis is too. But Karis is starting to melt under the pressure of the ghouls. On tries to get him to help out his top laner and is able to do so. And now he's got to cut and run, but he's chopped down in the back. But no mana left for Cube. Bin has run this fight, and he's the last man standing.
You said there were some beefy boys in front of him, but I think you forget about Gigabin.
All right, let's see what BLG is going to be able to do. The pings are there. Elk does have his ultimate if he's ready to be patient over the wall, and he is. Does a lot of damage as On's going to get engaged on, but he's alive for right now, and they find Vampire to make it a 4v4. As York is now sprinting, On goes back in, Karis goes golden, but they find Monkey. Cube with the knockups. Taeyun trying to do what he can, though, as they're on Elk now. Taeyun ults in, and the LPL Kaisajin putting in work, but Knight gets away, and Bin, the snipe for a triple kill for Taeyun.
Oh, he's teleporting, and he's out of there! There we go, WE win a massive fight around the Otacon.
One more play come out here as they're going to try to kill Bin. Remember, committing many members, but BLG is in tow. How fast can you kill Bin? It looks like they're going to stop and look to take out the dragon. Taeyun's going to get that kill, and Monkey is really low as this dragon crumbles. So it's 2 dragons apiece, and WE can't continue a fight.
Is Bin 50 or something, bro? Like, many men trying to kill him. They're just trying to take him down here.
Oh!
WE fighting
Elk
again.
He sniped Elk, and now On is completely caught out. It's another pick for Team WE, and BLG is crumbling in these last few fights.
This was the part of the game that we said was going to get very tricky for BLG.
No, Taeyun!
Getting at range.
He did
Taeyun
it!
flies on forward.
Oh, I love it. Knight is super low, way over the wall, looking for Taeyun, plus the bullet time. Taeyun flashes
alive!
to barely live. Not able to land a snipe on the way out, but this should buy enough room for WE to take an objective.
Winning situation here. It's going to be Karis, Monkey, Vampire, and Cube that will line up around this Baron. Taeyun has ult in 10 seconds. He'll be able to join in time, but the Baron is almost down.
Here we go. On the backside, a flash is forced out. Monkey caught in the cage, not doing just fine. Here comes Cube on the side. Oh, he carries Taeyun! Taeyun got time! And the Baron's secured for WE! On the backside falls. Bin trying to deal with Karis, but he's going to go down too. It's another Taeyun triple. In the blink of an eye, WE might have just won the game.
They got Baron, and like you're just saying, death timers are long enough. We said we would be happy with BLG taking a 2-0, with them being very dominant in this series, but Team WE, they took an upset yesterday versus TES in one game, and it looks like they're going to do it against BLG here again.
LPL 80 carries continue to be the most dangerous force on Earth known to man. This time, it's Taeyun, carrying the hopes and dreams of WE fans everywhere, and they even up the series with BLG.
Then you start to look at the rest of this BLG comp, and no one can deal with this Lilia. So Team WE have a lot on their shoulders, and if this game goes long, we're looking for them to take the victory here in the series. So, all right, can we steal this? No. Wei is just going to smite this. All right, so no dive for now, although it seems like they are
the pings are going down.
anchoring
they're
to
ready
do
to
this.
go.
I think this is real
All
sus.
right, taunt lands on the 2. Taeyun with the cleanse is trying to stay next to Vampire. Flashes away. First blood to the Braum. Turret shots coming down as Vampire lives, but there's a big wave here. He doesn't have a whole lot of HP, and things are resetting. And the second shot, or fourth shot from Elk lands. It's a double kill for Wei. Oh. As Wei is so strong right now, double longsword plus the pickaxe.
Yeah, that dagger landing twice, getting the full bleed stack.
Flash by Knight. Didn't even need the abscond abduct. They're able to just take out Taeyun, and now Knight tagged in between 2 turrets, but another big taunt coming through.
Monkey wins this, by the way.
Justice Punch is there. On, takes a wayward turret shot, and Monkey gets a kill. Well, Monkey flashing after Wei, actually. Hold on. Needs just one more Q to maybe close out on a kill. The bowling ball's there, but Wei's able to get over the wall. Does he die to the bird?
10 HP, 10 HP!
Oh my goodness, the one that got away.
I saw 6. Oh my god. On trying to catch out Taeyun there. That was the flash from Knight and as well the flash from On, trying to make these plays happen. So much invested, and you look, that mid-tier one is still pretty healthy, hasn't fallen. The turret plate is only just now going to be going down. Now you've gotten yourself grubs. Your bottom lane is still very strong. You can still even play with level 6s coming up soon. Put down Vision to protect Knight and prioritize getting him farm. Karis now, bit of trouble. Does have ult and flash.
Yep, the charm lands onto a small hot dog as Karis is going to hold his ultimate in the back pocket and just died away, but wait. This now means he's on the wrong side of the map. He does get tagged by Monkey. Monkey going to use the Lilting Lullaby. He is a little bit low on mana. Going to have to burn through a lot of that. The stun is there. Will be able to get the big shutdown now. Elk with Curtain Call trying to come through. Knight trying to slide around, but Monkey needs to try to dodge out on these shots. Manages to do so. Taeyun on the back end.
Can they continue this play?
I wonder.
This was so close.
We've mentioned it over and over again. Known for getting caught out at times. Gonna link back up with Knight. Has to flash away, and Karis is not gonna let him get away. Lands the charm right in his face. Tagged up by Monkey, and on will fall again.
Another kill there. You see the pings. Team WE. They want to try to set up around this dragon now. And Vampire will have a small time where he has a experience differential over his opponent. Remember, we noted for On, big breakpoint for him is getting level 6, but
question is, will they be able to at least sneak away one? On is up here again, but is all alone for right now. Grub's starting to reset just a little bit, but On trying to put down some pressure. As you mentioned, still level 5 at this time. It looks like the last couple of Grubs are going to reset. BLG able to get here, but Vampire and Taeyun are here. We're going to make a pincer maneuver. Flash getting burnt by Monkey. He gets taunted. Call the Forge God coming through. It doesn't land on him. It gets disrupted, but Monkey got killed. Lilting Lullaby goes down. Cube in the middle of everybody trying to get to On, but he's going to go down too. And now Karis is going to be the target of the backside of the fight. Curtain Call coming through, slows him up with one shot, and his sights on Taeyun now, and he gets hit with the fourth shot, even though he flashed. No! And Knight gets the kill. A root on the Vampire too. An absolute disaster for WE as BLG punished the pincer.
We just made too many different decisions on too many fronts there from Team WE, and BLG will get a massive influx of gold. This is the Fury 6-1-1 point where BLG might want to flex some of their muscles, make a play onto Cube here. Bin doesn't have ultimate, but that knockup is going to be very important.
Wei coming in. Remember, he's 6-1. He's got a lot of damage in his profile right now. And your ultimate does not matter. Wei picks up his 7th kill of the game.
Wei on this carry pick with the Nefiri, kind of a champion that we needed to see from them, and now they're going to get another one. Okay.
That was
all right.
That was not good. It's falling apart.
Yeah, the whole map is starting to fall. They get to pick on Cube. They now find this pick into mid lane. Lilia to win them the game here and win the series.
It still can. The opportunity's still potentially there. You can hit a crazy Lilting Lullaby and perhaps turn a fight. Just needs to be a little bit better than the last one as Team WE look to muscle their way in. Teleport coming in from Karis. Cube is on the backside. Knight off to the side. He's got the stolen Ari ultimate as the engage goes down on the Vampire. He gets rooted up, taunted up. Here comes the call of the Forge God coming through. And it's not going to land on anybody because the disruption on the backside by Cube. But the room still not being able to be bought. Monkey in the middle of the fight, but has just nothing to follow up right now, doing as much damage as he can. Gets rooted up, goes golden, but the fight is so split at this point. On will gain the kill on the Cube. Monkey having to deal with Wei on the backside. Won't be able to escape as he falls. Shots coming through on the Jhin, not going to land on the Taeyun or Karis, but BLG run over WE and take the Dragon.
What the hell was that fight, man? That was such a weird ES yesterday. Last night taking the first game versus Top Esports. Now against BLG taking another game versus them, but unfortunately just not able to close out. That's like half the fundamentals right there.
Yeah, and I think Monkey's Lilting Lullaby went down on like one person. I mean, it's back-to-back bad objective fights.
On one hand, I love to see Wei being able to play like this. You know, get some fun wins, but I still got a lot of questions for this BLG. They're gonna hunt down Bin. Let's see if he's able to escape. Probably not, but there's not much on the top side for his team to be able to grab. So
all right, well played.
It's gonna look like a pretty dry rundown. So
it's a shutdown. Karis, okay, he's fine. Doesn't even get rooted up by a tag or anything like that. The ultimate from Taeyun is not there. The MVP from last game. Not doing a whole lot this game. Karis is gonna use his ultimate, trying to get onto Elk, misses the charm.
Karis, just get the stun on him, man, and then throw it. Come on.
He's got one more charge and uses it to get out. As on the top side, no, he takes out that top outer turret. Why don't you tell me how you really feel?
Already behind the curve so far on a lot of these champions. Knight is basically, he's had this Rod of Ages with 4+ stacks over his opponent on Karis, and I think it's going to get much better. They're going to summon over this Rift Herald. I mean, Team WE, the part of the game that was supposed to be easy was that you're able to transition your early lane leads and some of these bullies to move into mid-game, move into these later game fights, but some individual mistake in, plus the bottom lane of BLG come on through, but with how much control they have over the map, I think an Otacon pull is not necessarily off the cards within the next few minutes. You get the upgrade? I can just double check. All of they did basically like flatten all of the upgrades to basically be 1,000 gold. It's 50.
We have some excitement.
So oh god. Oh no.
Yeah, Karis' magic and teleport here. The charm goes down. Cube is in trouble. Able to slice and dice. The shields are out. Maybe this is something here. Who's the Galio ultimate to disrupt the entire fight? Knight's going to come out of stasis and ready to dash into the backside. Vampire falls. Karis gets caught. He's going to try to dash away, but Taeyun off on the side will fall. They find the Fox as well. It is a 4-0 for BLG.
There's the BLG that we saw coming out of Game 1, and the one that we expected to see for most of this series. And now BLG, look, they're going to be able to just blow up all of these structures, take control of the top side of the map.
You need them to tighten up, right? You've only won 2 individual games against them. That's not good news. Now back to this game. The Baron, a rush being done by Team WE. They should be able to secure this fairly easily. It's getting lower. They didn't do it with Smite. That is so risky. Call the Forge God coming through. Good disruption there by Karis. Is the one who's got a flash.
Oh, look at the
wall.
backline. Look at Bin.
Side. Knight got there. Here comes Wei to join the rest of the fight too. Cube gonna slice and dice in, land the stun down as well, but he went a little bit too deep. Knight's got a double kill off the backside. Vampire gets rooted up, and he will go down. And Monkey is somehow the last one standing once again. But between 2 turrets, and with an angry dog on you ain't getting away from this one.
Man, Bin and Knight just playing so excellently in this game. Another series where we're kind of looking at the solo lanes of BLG to really kind of carry this one home, but with the accent of having Wei on this Nefiri, he is so damn fed. 3 items here for this dog, and he is 18 out of the 22. Massive amount of kill participation. I'm sure he's going to be eyed at as one of the MVP candidates very strongly in this game.
If you saw, the Baron earned 27 gold for Team WE.
Wonderful stuff.
It is a positive Baron power play. It will not go into the books as a -1. Coaching.
No, it can't happen because they already have one guy and that's named Elk. So if I have Elk,
no.
Our European friends already confuse me when they're casting these games. So we got a final fight here.
We see Knight getting back to the back line here. The Galio ultimate coming through to make sure that Knight can stay upright. Call the Forge God, get a land on a couple of members. Karis is forced to use the last couple of dashes of his ultimate to get back to the fountain. You should just use it to heal up, Karis. You need more health, you need more mana, as the middle inhibitor has fallen.
Okay, so this game goes on for another minute. We have Baron spawning in that time, and then 40 seconds afterwards is going to be the Dragon. Well, now it isn't. So
yeah, this is
BLG.
They still gotta clean it up.
Trying to make a pincer, okay.
Oh,
Bin?
goodness me. Oh my god, Bin making tanks look sexy as they are just ripping WE apart. Monkey's gone golden. Multiple members are asleep, but it don't matter because you are asleep in your grave, Team WE. Karis will be the last one to tell the tale unless he gets hit. Oh, can you dodge out? He does manage to walk away.
There it is.
You get to save your KDA a little bit, I guess, but BLG, a dominating victory in 32.5 minutes.
2-1 is the score line. Victors are just going to tell you, well, BLG ended up winning, so who cares? But still, some nice things to see from Team WE. Guys, is that the game? All right, okay.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.